Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. Wayne Dennison, blah blah blah, just be.me. Um, so this human program coming in today, obligation versus passion. Okay, so this is a big program. I mean, I've probably been spending the last 12 months learning about this. So yeah, I've definitely been a student of this one. So the obligation. So obligated and obligation is a very 3D program. You know, it keeps you structured in a way of being that definitely serves others and not yourself. So where is it that you're feeling obligated? Am I feeling obligated to go to work? Am I feeling obligated to earn this money? Am I feeling obligated to pay this? Am I feeling obligated to look after them? Where is it that you are feeling obligated in life? So wherever we feel obligated, there's going to be a real lack of passion. So your passion is something that puts you in the flow, that, 4 hours, 5 hours can go past and you've got no concept of time. So that's where your passion comes from, something that you love putting that energy into, something that you love creating, something that you love doing. Whereas if you think versus the energy, and if everything is energy and everything is frequency, so you've got the frequency of your passion, which lights you up, and then you've got the frequency of obligation. So it's kind of like, where is it that I'm obligated versus passion? So wherever we put more of our energy into the obligation, it will literally sap the life force out of you. So if you're feeling tired, fatigued, depressed, out of sorts, just have a little gentle, beautiful reflection, 360 perspective, no judgment in it. These are just human programs, and if you're in it, don't beat yourself up. That's absolutely fine. We've all been here. Don't worry about it. But this may help you evaluate kind of like where you are traveling in life, your life journey, your life experience. At the end of the day, it's like every single one of us are the most amazing creation, miraculous, beautiful, divine mirror image of source energy. Each and every one of you is so wonderful, but we've forgotten this. We've forgotten it. But once you kind of like wake up and you remember who you are and what you are, it's kind of like, does my life reflect who I am and what I are right now? Am I enjoying life, or is my soul feel like it's absolutely dying? So the gentle reflection of the simplest way to do it is what they've given me is, and when I say they, again, this is what I mean about guides. We put our guides on pedestals, no matter who they are, whether they're angels, ascended masters, star brothers and sisters, whatever it is. They are all aspects of you. So when people think, I mean, ego, are these voices, am I just listening to myself? In a way, yes. But we kind of have to put a frock and a name on it and a hairdo on it, because that's a human ego, because if it was just versions of ourselves speaking to ourselves, we're going, what do I know? I know Jack. What do I know? So you potentially wouldn't listen to yourself. So in a way, your ego and higher self are actually the same thing, created from the same energy. It's just one's louder than the other. One will lead you in a fear, protection mode. One will be kind of like more magical, childlike, going, yeah, do a fun, yeah, go out to play, da da da. That's higher self. Whereas your ego, they're both exactly the same, really. They're just on, just at different poles, positive, negative pole spectrums. But there's still some positivity in your ego. It's kept you safe all this time. So your ego's to keep you stuck still, or it'll attack you. It'll put you in attack mode, or you'll run. You know, some of those actions can serve you. That's absolutely fine. So sometimes your ego can serve you. Your higher self, you know, that will serve you. Maybe there'll be some times where it doesn't, because, you know, your higher self as well potentially will go, yeah, you've got this, yeah, you can do this, da, 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 da. But then sometimes, you know, you need to, you know, you are still human. So it's grounding kind of like that energy in as well. And, you know, the ego can help. So it's just balancing the two aspects. That's fine. You know, both are good. Like people say with the death of the ego, it's kind of like, it's not really going to die. It's always going to be there. It's just you learning to balance it. But obligation versus passions at the moment. So you'll feel obligated if you are not in your worth. It's like, I'm not worthy of a good life. I'm not worthy of a good experience. All I am worthy of is the drudge. Somebody prostituting me somewhere along the line. Drudge life. And your soul is dying. So if you are feeling like this at the moment, this is your shadow aspect. Beautiful, great. How can I illuminate it? How can I go back to the core of my beingness? Think back when you were a kid. What did I love doing? What floated my boat? Was it fixing things? Was it just being outside? Was it fairies, magical things? Was it dressing up? You know, it's kind of like just whatever, you know, that you could spend hours on. For me, it's talking, as you can tell. And talking to people is one of my favourite things to do. Meeting people, talking to people, love it. It's a passion. So it's putting projects in for me, life passions that bring in talking to people is my best thing. The obligation would be something like, you know, working at Amazon, something like that, you know, that where you're not even allowed to talk to anyone. Apparently you're in these, you know, get to work, kind of like, don't speak to anyone, because you're wasting time, and time is money. Soul dies. You know, whether you, and I'm not saying don't work for anywhere like that. Maybe you could do it part-time, and then the money you earn from that is, you know, maybe your passions need a little bit of money to get it, you know, into the flow. So that's okay. Can I work for somewhere like that part-time, but then I'm putting my money into my passions, which could be, you know, travel, or renovating a home, you know, anything. So each and every one of you right now has got a unique vibration. You were born into a gateway that is unique energetically, just for you. It was created by you, for you. So when I'm talking about this, it's kind of like your astrology chart. It's worth having one done to know who you are and what you are, because you may be just thinking, I don't even know what I like. I don't know what brings me joy. So this is a symptom of abuse if you are there, because you will have learned to show up in a certain way that kept you feel safe. If you were to show up your authentic self, that other person might not have liked it, and you would have got stick all day long for it. They'd have either shouted at you, abused you, or sulked with you for whatever it is that you actually wanted to do. So you've learned, right, I'll go against, and this is like from a young age, you know, kind of like this program state can come like when you're 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. So you won't have even realised the period in your life where you actually flipped from being you into what somebody else wanted you to show up to be. And you would have basically been, you've spent the rest of your life in a puppet show, basically. So do you know what? It's time now. It's time to awaken. It's time to be you, because you are the most amazing, fabulous thing ever. it's time to come out and it's time for you to shine. If you've got anyone around you in your life that is not supporting your energies, walk away. Walk away and don't look back, don't return. Because they will continue not to support your energy. They will continue not to support you in your life. How can you grow without nourishment in your soil? You simply can't. It's literally, it feels like such a bind, such a burden to try and do what authentically feels right for you, and somebody else is kind of like going, I've got no faith in you, I've got no faith in you doing that project, and we need some money in this household, right? You need to go out and get a different job. And then this other different job takes your focus away from your passion because you are obligated. When we're feeling obligated, so can you recognize where you're in this program, where you're feeling it in the body? This is why it's really important to feel things in the body right now. So if you are living in obligation right now, you will feel unmotivated right now. You won't want to go to your job. You'll feel unmotivated to want to do it. You'll even feel unmotivated to want to eat, to definitely kind of like eat healthily. You'll feel unmotivated to want to exercise. You'll feel unmotivated to even want to spend time with friends, family, talking, enjoying yourself. Literally, the motivation for life will be like, you're giving yourself the thumbs down. Even if like your thumb's hurting at the moment, it's like, you know, you're not allowing yourself, you're not giving yourself permission to find your passions in life. So that's really funny. Thumbs are feeling a little bit sensitive or coming up right now. Knees may be coming up right now. So where is it that you're bowing down to somebody else's authority rather than your own inner authority? Collarbone may be coming up right now. So it feels like somebody's like literally squeezing your collarbone with a thumb. So there may be many symptoms coming up right now. Definitely digestive systems, because literally if you are living in obligation rather than passion, your energy will be depleting. So when your energy depletes, you can feel it in the solar plex, you can feel it in your digestive system. It will not be functioning at the right rate. Parasites. So again, you know, this will be opportunity for parasites to take a little bit of hold in the old gut as well, and because literally something is parasiting off your energy. The obligation may be coming from an external influence. So it may be coming from a spouse, it may be coming from society. So it's just check in as well as to where this obligation program is coming from. It'd be really interesting to do some timeline therapies on where you first felt obligated. This could come right back for some of you through lifetimes. You know, so those of you that are Atlanteans, you got the 5 life deal. It was either go down with the ship, so to speak, or you get a 5 life deal, you come back in this time of ascension and you assist humanity. So when you think about that program state, is obligation. Where is it that I am obligated to assist humanity in the ascension process? So this was me for a long time, you know, that I felt obligated to help people wake up. I felt obligated to help people get their body back into alignment. If their body's back into alignment, your mind is clearer, and you know, you can become a clearer channel. We are all channels, so you know, it's assisting everyone to become clearer channels, so they can channel their inner authority rather than listening to an external authority. And when I was kind of like, after my dad passing, I'm you know, caring for my mum and her needs, it's like my passion, even for turning up, you know, for the assistance of the ascension, dwindled. So like my passion for anything was just at a big fat zero for about the past 12 months or so. So I felt like I've gone through the ringer. Like, you know, it's something I absolutely loved and was passionate about, you know, people's health, people's bodily alignment, you know, and mental alignment and program states was something that I've always felt passionate about. But that investment one-to-one, you know, looking into somebody's eyes and looking into their soul and seeing all that pain and suffering, it's kind of like, I can't do this right now. So it's, where is it a passion or obligation? So because I have dropped responsibilities for other people who are creating their karma and creating a whole crap heap of karma, and it's like I was given the message a few months ago that my karma is cleared, I've served my karma. Now it's kind of like I can choose whatever I want. So if I want to go to a corner of the world and, you know, retire and just be and just generate that peace in my own body and my own mind, I can do that if I want. You know, I am no longer obligated to wake anyone up, to assist in the ascension, to do nothing. I am free to do whatever it is. And then it's kind of like, now I'm an open, now I'm thinking, right, I've done the obligation, I've done that, and I've done the passion of the ascension. You know, I was passionate about, and I'm still passionate about the ascension, you know, watching, and maybe that's it, you know, kind of like at one point I was holding humanity's hand through the ascension and felt responsible and obligated to do that, while still at the time feeling passionate for it. Now that obligation isn't there, you know, my soul contract is done, it's ended. So now what? So it's like the end of a contract. And as you know, time is a continuum. So wherever one thing ends, another one begins. So this is where kind of like it's starting to get interesting, because I haven't got a clue now as to what is going to open up. The path is just a blank chalkboard. I have this urge and this passion to just want to sell everything that I own, which kind of like feels like, it's quite stressful and traumatic in itself as well. But I know that there's just something that's driving me to do it, to go, to lay kind of bare, to let something else come in, to have that faith, that trust, but also something in my mind's eye. So why did pancreas come up then? So pancreas comes up where you are creating to somebody else's tune. Pancreas comes up if you are living life on somebody else's authority. You are giving your responsibility away to somebody else for your creations in your life. That's interesting, that my came up. Interesting. So this is even a learning curve for me right now, and I'm sharing this with you. So I am literally learning as I go here with you guys. So it's kind of like the minute you think you know everything, you know nothing. So, okay, I've got to put something in the pot. I've got to literally connect in with myself, maybe go do different experiences and see what floats my boat. There may be things out there that I've never done before. So how would I know that I love them if I've never done it before? So this is the be brave, be bold, be courageous. Just go try something new. You may love it, you may hate it. That's absolutely okay. It's all part of this blank chalkboard experience. So I don't know if some of you are feeling the same right now, that you maybe have kind of like you've been holding humanity's hand for a number of years now, and all of a sudden it's kind of like it's not resonating anymore. It's not resonating. I'm still passionate about the ascension, but the way I turned up before, it doesn't feel like a passion anymore. There's something else that is coming in. And I think the thing that is coming in for many at the moment, and this is there are many of you as well, so that there is a new phase kind of like coming in of light workers, that you are in the beginning of your spiritual based businesses, which is amazing. You're at the beginning of that passion, and it's kind of like, I remember when I was there and it was exciting and it's brilliant. And you know what, in some ways I'm here again. It's the new beginnings is exciting, but I loved the passion of that phase that I went through. So I'm also going through the grief process of saying goodbye to that phase of my life as well. So some of you may be feeling what I'm feeling too right now. Wherever we are on this journey, you know, we're all at different phases. You know, where I am right now is maybe where somebody else started from. You know, they just kind of like, I don't know what to do with myself, and I'm just going out having different experiences. Travel, maybe, you know, you might have started off with that. So it doesn't matter, you know, that yes, there may be these 12 steps in some way, but they don't have to be one after the other, after the other, after the other in succession. You know, that is very 3D to think about that ascension works in that way. It doesn't, because this is a free will planet, and you could take step 5 before you take step 8, you know. So where you are right now is where you're supposed to be, but it's just to hold some perspective and some illumination of obligation versus passion right now. And you may be thinking, well, my passion's not going to bring the money in. It will. Have faith in yourself. And if you haven't got faith in yourself, who around you are you reflecting that hasn't got faith in themselves? So if they haven't got faith in themselves, you won't have faith in yourself, and it goes round like a house of mirrors. You know, and my family have been in this way of being as well, so that's why I've been able to see it and been able to you know, to be able to talk about it with all of you out there. I would love to know thoughts, feelings on this, obligations versus passions. I would love to know stories about where some of you have changed your life, have dropped your obligations, and stepped into your passions. I would love to know if some of you are experiencing your passion, which has now turned it into an obligation. So it can literally go either way. I would just love to know where you are. Because we are creative beings, so one creation is never going to be enough, and that's okay. You know, there's this spiritual community. You've got to be grateful for everything you've got. Yes, you do. You know, and it is, you know, gratitude goes a long way energetically. It cleanses so many things. But if you're not in appreciation of currently what you may be in, then there'll be a reason for that, as it's suddenly becoming to an obligation. I've lost passion for it, and that's okay. You're just evolving. You're just on another phase of the journey. That's absolutely okay. Yeah, be nice to hear from you actually. So I will leave all that as food for thought with you today. And we'll check in with you again when someone else comes in. Love you all for the unique, amazing, individual, but also within the collective beings for who you are. For I love you all for being you, wherever it is that you are right now. Obligation or passion, you're awesome no matter what. Take care. See you soon. Bye.